I'm reasonably far along in all of mods 10, and I've been really enjoying it. However, I found something that would have been incredibly helpful, especially early on in my playthrough, that I really wish I would have known about, and that's entirely what this video is about. I'm going to show you the ins and outs of the infusion pylon, how to use it, how to get really cheap creative flight early on in all the mods 10, and also how to use it to make you basically unkillable unless you're fighting something like the warden. If you're interested in those things, this is definitely the video for you. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and also I stream quite a bit on YouTube. I've been streaming almost every single day for the last month or so. So if you hit the notification bell, you'll be notified whenever I go live. Enough about me, let's get to it. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do here is we're gonna look and actually make the infusion pylon. Now this thing is incredibly cheap to make for how powerful it is. All it's gonna take is 3 quartz slabs, a block of emerald, 2 sets of iron bars, and 3 polished blackstone. Since we have all of those, we're going to go ahead and create the infusion pylon. So we're going to set this guy down right over here. You'll see that it has an owner and there are no active potion effects on. Also, you can turn it on and off. Now, the next thing that we want to do is actually provide this pylon with some potions to give us the effects of. In order to do that, we're going to be using these potion filters. Now, like it says, there is a minimum effect duration of 60 seconds, meaning that your potion effect has to last at least 60 seconds in order for it to count or to be applied to this potion filter. Now these filters are pretty cheap. It's going to take 2 cyan terracotta, some green dye, an emerald, and some glass. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and craft up 5 of these. So that way I can show you the top 5 potions that I would put inside of your infusion pylon. These are going to be especially helpful early game, but even late game having this is not going to hurt you, and it can definitely provide some benefits. So the first one we're going to look at adding is a potion of strength. We want to add this because it allows us to do a lot more attack damage, which means that even when we have lower tier weapons, we're doing more damage with them. The potion of strength 2 has a duration of 1 minute and 30 seconds or 90 seconds total, which means it's over the 60-second mark. So we're going to do a potion of strength 2. In order to do this, all we're going to need to do is use blaze powder on an awkward potion and then use a piece of glowstone on that potion of strength. So in total, there's going to be like 3 steps. You're going to do the last one with glowstone, second to last one with blaze powder, and the first one with nether wart. So let's go ahead and walk through that process. I'm sure all of you have seen potion brewing 100 times. So I'm not going to bore you too much with this, but I'm going to show you just how it works. Put 3 water bottles in there, put your nether wart in there, make sure you got some blaze powder. Once your nether wart is done, go ahead and add in your blaze powder. Once the blaze powder is done, you got potions of strength. You're going to add your glowstone dust in there to make them potions of strength 2. Then we have our potions of strength 2. Again, all of those things were really cheap. All we're going to do is drink one of these potions and then right click with the potion filter and you see it now has strength 2. All right, so you can see we used all 3 of those strength potions, strength potion 2s, and we now have 267 out of 3,600 seconds filled up in our potion filter. So this is the part where I tell you that it may actually be worth setting up automation for this using industrial foregoing. There is a tool in industrial foregoing called a potion brewer. It's relatively simple to make, and it allows you to automate the creation of these potions. However, because I'm trying to go for something that's more early game, you do not have to. You could, and we probably will continue to make these strength potions the exact same way that we have been. We're just going to keep going through them. Drink them, potion filter, and it's going to continue to increase the strength of your potion filter. So I'm going to continue to max this one out, and we'll cut back to once we have. All right, so it took me 49 potions of strength 2 in order to fully fill out this strength 2 potion filter. You can see now that we fully filled it out, it says it's activated and it's ready to be used in the infusion pylon. So what we're going to do, take it over here, drop it on in there, and now you'll see that I have strength 2 constantly. This thing will never go down. It will never go away. As long as the potion pylon is turned on, I will have strength 2, which allows me to have +6 to my attack damage. Now you could do this a lot more quickly and a lot more efficiently if you use the potions of strength 1, which have an 8-minute time limit. However, if you want a stronger effect, if you have more stuff already, you can go with the strength 2 and provide you a better buff. Second one I recommend you get is a potion of resistance. So that's the one we're doing next. That is this potion right here, Potion of Resistance 2. We're going to do the exact same thing that we did before. We'll go through, we'll brew this, and then it should take about the same 50 because it's a 1 minute and 30-second time for this potion. So it should take about the same as it did for the last one. So to make it the Potion of Resistance 2, you add the glowstone like normal. To make the normal Potion of Resistance, you're going to need shulker shells onto an awkward potion. So nether wart, shulker shells, glowstone. Those are going to be the 3 that we use for this one. Let's go ahead and put all of that into here. We'll get it all brewed up. We're going to take these just like last time. We're going to drink it. Right click the potion filter and you'll see that we now have 89 out of our 3,600 seconds completely filled. After all 3 of the first ones, we're about 267, just like we were before. So I'm going to go ahead and make a whole bunch more of these Resistance 2 potions, fill out this potion filter, and we'll move on to the next one. This is definitely one of the more like grindy parts of doing this. So I don't blame anybody if you just go with the normal potions of resistance. I just wanted to show you that you could also do it with the higher levels. This is kind of becoming incredibly tedious already, and I'm only through 2 of the 5 that I wanted to show you. And there we go. Resistance 2 finally activated. All we have to do now, bring it over here, shove it in there. And then now we have our Resistance 2 constantly on our person. Now, before I go into the last 3, it is worth mentioning that there are some incredibly strong potions like speed and a couple others that you could add on to these that are all in reliquary. Highly would recommend looking into those. The ones that I'm going over are not specifically in there, but there are some incredibly good potion effects that you can get inside of reliquary. All right, potion effect number 3 that we want to put on our stuff is going to be Regeneration. Now, here's the problem with Regeneration. Regeneration 2, the potion only has a duration of 22 seconds, meaning that we need to do the Regeneration 1 potions, which have a duration of 1.5 minutes in order for us to use them with these potion filters, because again, minimum effect duration is 60 seconds. So we're gonna do the same thing we did before. In order to make it the potion of regeneration but longer, we have to use redstone dust. In order to make the actual potion of regeneration, we need a ghast tier, and then we need some more nether wart. So nether wart, ghast tier, redstone dust. Just like last time, drink the potion, right click on the potion filter, and it's going to start filling it up. Because these potions have the same duration of about 1.5 minutes, it's going to take about 49 of these again in order to completely fill up our potion filter. All right, once we're done, we'll throw that regen potion in there and it's good to go. Now, the reason I brought those up first is because those are the 3 I would use as a base. These are probably the 3 basic ones that you should always have. It'll just make you much stronger, much harder to kill, and you'll do more damage. Next up are the fun ones. Now, obviously, you couldn't do a potion, say for instance, of healing. It says specifically in there it can't be converted into a potion charm. It also can't be converted into a potion filter because it does not have a duration of longer than 60 seconds. It's instant. However, what does have a duration of longer than 60 seconds is this potion of healing boost, which means that when you're healing, it provides more healing for each one of those hearts. So you can either do the potion of healing boost, bursting vitality, which is a 12-minute potion, which provides you 20% healing when received, or you can do the bursting vitality 2, which provides you plus 40% healing received for 3 minutes. Either way, you're going to need half as many of these potions as you did for the others, because even for bursting vitality 2, the duration is a full 3 minutes. So to make these potions, all we're going to need to do is we're going to use the glowstone on the normal bursting vitality. The bursting vitality is created by sweet berries. And then obviously the awkward potion, once again, is made by nether wart. So nether wart, sweet berries, glowstone. And we're going to make 25 of those, use them on our potion filter, and then put that into our infusion pylon. All right, bursting vitality 2. Drink it, potion filter. And you'll notice, since these are 3 minutes at 1.5 minutes, that we have about twice as much filled up in our potion filter. So let's go ahead. We're going to grab the rest of the stuff, make the rest of these, and then we will move on to the last one. All right, there we go. It's activated, ready to go. So we have all 4 of these active potion effects inside of here. The last one I wanted to cover, probably the coolest, the most fun one, the one for flight. And the reason why this one's so easy is because you can have one of these all the way up to 30 minutes. Now, to make the potion of flying is relatively cheap, but it can be a little bit complicated. As you can see, there are 6 steps to this.
the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to infuse bottles of water with netherwort. That's going to create the awkward potion. Next up, you're going to take the awkward potion, you're going to infuse it with a phantom membrane, which is going to give you a potion of slow falling. Once you have your potions of slow falling, infuse them with a fermented spider eye, which is going to give you a potion of levitation. You see where this is going? You're falling slower, then you're levitating. Then you take those potions of levitation, you use a popped chorus fruit on them, which can give you a potion of flying for 8 minutes. You infuse it twice with redstone, which gives you the potion of flying for 30 minutes. Now you may be saying, popped chorus fruit is not a beginner-friendly material to use because it's not early game, because you have to go to the end, you have to fly around, all of that. Kind of. You can get it very cheaply using hostile neural networks. If you look up the recipe for generalized ender predictions and an apple to create chorus fruit, you realize it's actually very, very cheap to do this, because the generalized ender predictions you can get simply from creating an Enderman data model, which you can get in the overworld. So technically speaking, you don't even have to go to the end in order to have completely creative flight indefinitely. So let's walk through that process real quick. So all we're going to use with the 3 bottles of water, we're going to start with netherwort, and we're going to go through this exact progression we just talked about. Phantom membrane will be next, fermented spider eye, popped chorus fruit, 2 sets of redstone dust, and that'll give us a 30-minute flight potion, 3 of them. And then we're going to use all 3 of those on our potion filter. And after 8 years of staring at a brewing stand later, we finally have our 3 potions of flying, which give us an hour and a half worth of flying. We're going to go through each one of these. And it fills up more than half, so we really only needed 2. And then we have... oh, it was 2 less. We did need all 3. All 3, and now we have our fully filled out flying potion filter. We can throw it in here, and we now have creative flight, which we already had through several other means, but the fact that you can get that so cheap so early on for 1 set of potions is absolutely incredible. So would highly recommend making this infusion pylon. It can provide some incredible buffs to you. Takes a little bit of time to set up, but if you automate all of your potion making, it can be incredibly beneficial. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If there's anything that you would do differently, anything that you would improve that I missed, that I maybe didn't cover well enough in this video, please leave those down in the comments below. There's a lot of people that watch these videos to figure out how to do these things in their own worlds. So any comments that you can leave that are constructive and help people out, I appreciate a ton. But that's all for this video. Don't forget, you're special, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.